Once upon a time, in the heart of Whimsy Woods, lived our colorful friends. Let's meet them, shall we? First, we have Bumble the bee. Buzzing with joy, Bumble loves to fly around, spreading happiness with his bright yellow and black stripes. He's always busy, but never too busy for a good laugh. Next, meet Flutter the butterfly. With wings of every color you could imagine, Flutter flutters about, sharing her love for beauty and nature. She's a real artist, painting the air with her vibrant hues. Last but not least, say hello to Wiggly the worm. Wiggly might be small, but his heart is as big as the woods. With his unique pink color, Wiggly loves to wriggle around, exploring the world beneath our feet. Our friends Bumble, Flutter, and Wiggly are ready for a day full of fun and learning. Are you? Bumble buzzes around the woods, finding things that start with each letter of the alphabet. In the heart of Whimsy Woods, our bubbly bee, Bumble, embarks on an amazing adventure. An alphabet adventure. With a buzz and a flutter, Bumble begins his journey with the first letter of the alphabet. A is for apple, Bumble buzzes, spotting a shiny red apple high up in an apple tree. Next, Bumble buzzes to the letter B. B is for butterfly, he exclaims as a beautiful butterfly flutters by. Can you hear the B sound in both Bumble and butterfly? Onwards to C, and what do we see? A cuddly cat, of course. C is for cat, Bumble chimes, watching the cat curl up in the sun. Diving deeper into the woods, Bumble discovers D is for deer, he declares as a delicate deer darts past. E is for elephant, Bumble echoes as he spots a picture of an elephant in a storybook left by the tree stump. F is for fox, Bumble flutters, as a friendly fox frolics in the field. Bumble gleefully moves to G. G is for grapes, he giggles, spotting a grapevine. H is for hat, he hums, as he hovers over a hat hanging from a branch. I is for ice cream, Bumble insists, imagining an ice cream cone on a hot summer day. J is for jelly, Bumble jests, as he jumps over a jar of jelly. K is for kite, Bumble kudos, as a kite kisses the sky. L is for leaf, he lauds, as a leaf lands lightly on the ground. M is for mouse, Bumble murmurs as a mouse munches on a morsel. N is for nest, he notes, as a nest sits neatly in a tree. O is for orange, Bumble observes as an orange orchard opens out in front of him. P is for pumpkin, Bumble pronounces as a pumpkin patch provides a perfect picture. Q is for queen, Bumble quotes, as he quizzes himself on a queen bee. R is for rainbow, he remarks, as a rainbow radiates above. S is for sun, Bumble states, as the sun shines splendidly. T is for tree, he tells, as a towering tree takes his attention. U is for umbrella, Bumble utters, as an umbrella unfolds under the rain. V is for violin, he voices, as a violin vibrates with a sweet melody. W is for water, Bumble warbles, as water weaves its way down a stream. X is for xylophone, he exclaims, as he explores the xylophone's exciting sounds. Y is for yellow, Bumble yells, as yellow yarrow yield in the yard. Finally, Bumble arrives at Z. Z is for zebra, he zips, as he zooms in on a zebra's stripes. Bumble has buzzed through the entire alphabet. What a buzzing bonanza. Flutter flutters around, chatting with the other creatures in the woods. Flutter, our charming little bird, is quite a chatterbox, isn't she? She loves to fly from branch to branch, tree to tree, making new friends and learning new things. She's always ready with a chirpy hello or a kind how do you do? Look, there's Mr. Squirrel. Flutter flutters over, landing softly beside him. Good morning, Mr. Squirrel, she chirps brightly, and Mr. Squirrel, always the gentleman, responds, Good morning, Flutter. It's so important to greet our friends, isn't it? Now Flutter spots Miss Bunny munching on some fresh greens. Flutter gently calls out, May I join you, Miss Bunny? See how she uses may I to ask for permission? That's very polite, and Miss Bunny appreciates it. Of course, Flutter, she replies, her nose twitching happily. As they munch together, Flutter has a question. What are you eating, Miss Bunny? She asks. Flutter is curious, and asking questions is a great way to learn. Miss Bunny answers, I'm eating lettuce. It's crunchy and delicious. Flutter learns that bunnies love lettuce. Flutter then spots Mr. Frog by the pond. She zips over, landing lightly on a nearby lily pad. Thank you for sharing your lily pad, Mr. Frog, says Flutter. Mr. Frog, with a croaky chuckle, replies, "You're welcome, Flutter." Saying thank you and "you're welcome" is a nice way to show our gratitude and respect, right? Flutter's day has been quite busy, filled with lots of chats. She's greeted her friends, asked for permission, asked questions, and said thank you. These are all great ways to communicate and be kind to one another. And now, as the sun begins to set, painting the sky with hues of pink and orange, Flutter feels a little tired. She's had a wonderful day of chatty chirps and friendly interactions. Flutter knows that tomorrow she'll have more friends to meet, more questions to ask, and more things to learn. But for now, Flutter has chatted with so many friends today, it's time for a Flutter rest. Wiggly wiggles through the ground, counting the things he finds. Can you hear that? That's the sound of our friend, Wiggly the earthworm. Wiggly loves to explore the underground world, and today he's on a very special mission. He's counting everything he finds. As Wiggly wiggles through the ground, he finds something smooth and shiny. "One shiny pebble!" Wiggly exclaims with excitement. Isn't that wonderful? Wiggly has found one shiny pebble. Further along, Wiggly stumbles upon something hard and round. He counts, 1, 2, 2 tough acorns. Wiggly's voice echoes with joy. Now Wiggly has found 2 tough acorns. Wiggly moves deeper into the soil and comes across something soft and squishy. 1, 2, 3 squishy grubs! Wiggly giggles with delight. He's found 3 squishy grubs. As Wiggly continues his journey, he encounters something long and thin. 1, 2, 3 4 long roots! Wiggly cries out. He's found 4 long roots. Deeper still, Wiggly finds something small and round. He counts 1, 2, 3 4 5 small seeds. Wiggly's voice rings with happiness. He's found 5 small seeds. Wiggly then finds something cool and smooth. 1, 2, 3 4 5 6 cool pebbles, he calls out. Wiggly has now found 6 cool pebbles. As Wiggly continues his counting adventure, he stumbles upon something hard and pointy. 1, 2, 3 4 5 6 7 pointy stones, Wiggly exclaims. He's found 7 pointy stones. Going deeper, Wiggly encounters something soft and fluffy. 1, 2, 3 4 5 6 7 8 fluffy mold spores. Wiggly sounds ecstatic. He's found 8 fluffy mold spores. Wiggly then finds something wet and slimy. 1, 2, 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 wet worms, he shouts with joy. He's found 9 wet worms, just like him. Finally, Wiggly comes across something hard and shiny. 1, 2, 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 shiny coins, Wiggly exclaims with triumph. He's found 10 shiny coins. Wiggly has wiggled and counted so many things. What a wiggly wonder. And that's the end of Wiggly's counting adventure for today. He's found so many wonderful things underground and has learned to count from 1 to 10. Isn't that amazing? Wiggly is indeed a wiggly wonder. Our friends gather to discover the wonders of Whimsy Woods. In the heart of Whimsy Woods, our delightful friends find themselves surrounded by the magic of nature. The leaves are rustling, the birds are chirping, and the air is filled with the scent of adventure. "Let's explore!" exclaims Binky Bunny, her whiskers twitching with excitement. First, they notice the leaves falling from the trees. "Why do leaves fall down and not up?" wonders Squiggly Squirrel, his tail flicking curiously. "That, my friend, is due to something called gravity," explains Wise Owl. "Gravity is like an invisible hand that pulls everything towards the ground. It's why when we jump, we always land back on the ground." The friends are fascinated. They take turns jumping and laughing as gravity pulls them back to Earth. They watch as the falling leaves float gently down to join the carpet of autumn hues on the forest floor. "Gravity is pretty amazing," declares Binky Bunny, and they all nod in agreement. Next, they come across a puddle. It had rained earlier, and the sun was now peeking out from behind the clouds. "Where does rain come from?" asks Tiny Turtle, his big eyes wide with curiosity. "Rain is part of something we call the water cycle," replies Wise Owl. "The sun heats up the water from oceans, rivers, and even this puddle here, turning it into a gas. This gas rises up into the sky and cools down to form clouds. When the clouds get too heavy, the water falls back down as rain." Our friends imagine the journey of a single raindrop soaring up into the sky and tumbling back down as rain. They splash in the puddle. creating tiny ripples of joy. The water cycle is like a big, never-ending dance of water, says Squiggly Squirrel, his eyes sparkling with understanding. Finally, they spot a bird pecking at a worm on the ground. "Why do birds eat worms?" asks Tiny Turtle, tilting his head to one side. "Birds eat worms because they are part of the food chain," Wise Owl explains. "The food chain is how energy moves from one living thing to another. The sun gives plants energy, worms eat the plants, and birds eat the worms. Each step is important for life to continue." The friends watch as the bird flies away, carrying the worm in its beak. They marvel at the interconnectedness of life in Whimsy Woods. "The food chain is like a big puzzle, and every creature is an important piece," says Binky Bunny, her eyes shining with awe. They spend the rest of the day exploring, playing, and learning more about the wonders of Whimsy Woods. Each discovery brings new questions, and each answer brings a sense of awe and admiration for the world around them. As the sun begins to set, they gather together, their hearts filled with the joy of learning and the warmth of friendship. Our friends have learned so much about the world around them. What a wonderful day of discovery. As the day comes to a close, our friends reflect on their adventures. In the heart of Whimsy Woods, our colorful companions gather round, their faces glowing with the warmth of shared experiences. "What a day it's been," chirps Wiggly, his voice bubbling with joy. "We've learned so much." And indeed, they had. The alphabet had transformed from simple letters to a magical map of words, numbers had danced and twirled in a ballet of counting, and even the mysteries of the universe had unfolded in their simple science experiments. But it wasn't just the knowledge they gained that made the day special. It was the journey they took together, hand in hand or paw in paw, that truly mattered. "I loved when we found the letter B in the shape of a butterfly," says Chatty, her eyes sparkling with the memory. "And when we counted the petals on the daisies," Wiggly adds, his grin wide. Through every adventure, every discovery, there was a constant thread, the power of friendship. It was their camaraderie that turned every challenge into a fun game, every mistake into a learning opportunity. It was their togetherness that transformed the ordinary into the extraordinary. "I'm grateful for you all," whispers Wiggly, looking at his friends with a softness only the purest of hearts can hold. The others echo his sentiment, their voices a chorus of love and gratitude. Because at the end of the day, it's not just about the ABCs, the 1, 2, 3s, or the stars in the sky. It's about the friends we make, the bonds we build, and the memories we create together. So as they say their goodbyes, promising to meet again when the sun paints the sky with its golden hues, they know they've learned the most precious lesson of all, the power of friendship. As the stars twinkle above Whimsy Woods, our friends snuggle up for a good night's sleep, dreaming of tomorrow's adventures. Remember, every day is a chance to learn something new with friends.